Hello everyone, this is Easy Peasy and I'm going to do a perfume review for you today. In my last video I mentioned that I had gotten 2 sets of perfume from CVS. They were having a big sale, so go check out your CVS, and I'm sure Walgreens and Rite Aid are doing the same thing. And I picked up Violet Eyes by Elizabeth Taylor and a set of mini fragrances by Jessica Simpson, her Fancy line. Okay, the first one I'm going to talk about is Violet Eyes by Elizabeth Taylor. Most people have heard of White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor. This one's a little lesser known. This one is also a lot softer than White Diamonds. It actually really reminds me of Princess by Vera Wang in the fact that it's got some sweetness, it's got some jasmine, it's soft. However, this is not as musky as Princess is. I find that Princess does have a little bit of musk in the bottom. This really... It's just a kind of a fresh, clean fragrance. When you smell this in the bottle, it smells terrible, like really bad, like something's wrong. But when you spray it, it smells totally different. It's one of those perfumes you really do need to try on because it doesn't smell anything like what it smells like in the bottle. It has a strong jasmine note and a soft powder note, so it's a little bit powdery, and it puts me in mind of those bath soaps by Yardley, the English lavender ones, just because it is a clean smell. It is not a modern smell, but it's not old lady either. It does have jasmine in it and powder, so it does have that sort of bath soap-esque quality to it, and I actually quite like it. I spritzed it on, I don't know if you can see, spritzed it on this blanket that I always snuggle up with last night and forgot about it, and then this morning when I was having my coffee all snuggled up with my blanket, I was like, man, what smells so good? What is that? Then I'm like, oh yeah, I sprayed it with this Violet Eyes. So yeah, I really like it. I think I'm just going to keep this around. Now, I have so much perfume that I don't need to use perfume just on me. Like, this is one that I would spritz on my pillow, on my bath towels in the bathroom, just because it's such a fresh, clean smell. It's not citrusy, not clean like cool water or like a lemon smell. It's just like a soapy, nice, clean, soapy smell. Okay, so this was a pleasant surprise, and that's Violet Eyes by Elizabeth Taylor. Okay, next, I'm going to talk about the Fancies by Jessica Simpson. I'm going to talk about the first one. This is the original. It's just called Fancy. And the bottles are all really cute. Unfortunately, I do not care for this perfume because it has a strong pear note to it. And I do not like pear in my sense. But this is very perfumey to me. It's sweet. Very, very, very sweet. But it does have its place. I think if you really enjoy sweet gourmand fragrances, you should check this out. It's very much in the same vein as Burberry Brits, very Irresistible by Givenchy. It's actually a pretty good dupe for that one. Britney Spears Fantasy, Pink Sugar by Aquilina, Angel by Thierry Mugler, and I think that if you enjoy those kinds of fragrances, you would enjoy this. It's definitely feminine. I don't see any men wearing this. It's very girly. It's very youthful. Okay, so that's the original Fancy. Next is, to me, the surprise of the group, and it's Fancy Nights, and this is her evening perfume, and this one is like, hello, patchouli, and when you smell it just out of the bottle, all I can really get is the patchouli. But when I sprayed it on my skin, I experienced a very strong honey note. Honey and chocolate and spice. Something about the way they've blended the patchouli really gives you this thick, ambery, slow pouring, sort of sweet ice cream topping kind of smell. It reminds me of Mexican chocolate. Now, Mexican chocolate is different from Swiss chocolate in that Mexican chocolate is formulated to be less sweet, and it has spices in it, like cinnamon, cloves, some chili powder. So it reminds me of that Mexican restaurant dessert fried ice cream, where you've got the sweetness of the ice cream, the creaminess of the ice cream, but on top is a honey sauce and usually chocolate too. Yeah, it reminds me of that dessert, but it's far more musky. I mean, it's not a gourmand scent. Okay, so that's Fancy Nights, and I like this. I like owning it. I like that I can smell it. I probably wouldn't really wear it that much just because sometimes patchouli and I don't get along so well. Sometimes they don't smell that great on me. But I'm glad that I have this because I keep going back to it and going, okay, honey, cocoa, and I keep like dissecting it and trying to figure out what all's in there. And I did look up the notes for all these perfumes, but I kind of didn't smell any of the notes in these perfumes. So I'm giving you what my impression of what they really smell like. Okay, and my favorite out of the Fancy collection was Fancy Love. This is one I would wear. It's sweet, slightly gourmand, but it's much more floral than the original. It's reminds me of cherry blossoms. And you know what? I think maybe there's something fizzy like champagne or some kind of like sparkling seltzer water accord in there because it's light. It's not heavy like the other two. The other two are really strong, but this one I think I could get away with wearing to the office. Okay, I smell cherries. Right away I get cherry, and that wasn't one of the notes, but to me it smells like cherries. It smells like cherry cream soda. Well, that would be fizzy, right? Cream soda. And vanilla and jasmine. And those are the three biggies that I get from Fancy Love. This one I wore all day yesterday. Now the first one, this one, after I had it on for a couple hours, I did have to wash it off because it gave me a headache immediately. It's the pear note. Pear and I just don't work because I don't know. And this one I did wear all day, but I don't know. It was okay for me. But this one I wore all day and I kept doing this. That smells so good. What is that? So yeah, this is my favorite, Fancy Love. It's different from the other two. It's much lighter, much less cloying. Still a little cloying because I tend to like cloying fragrances, but the other two are just too much. Okay, so that is my little perfume haul and perfume review. I would have to say that my two favorites were Fancy Love and the Violet Eyes. This one I would actually wear on my body, and this one I like for a home fragrance. So yes, if you have any questions, feel free to post comments below, and I thank you for watching. Bye.